Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Healing Tree Live with Danielle. I'm Danielle, and I'm happy to be here with you. Thank you for coming. If there's any sound issue, just let me know. I'm going to go forward expecting that you can hear me if you're watching now or if you jump in. And I'm really excited to talk about today's topic. It's transformative art healing. And I've hardly even prepared for it because I really just want to talk freely with you about this new healing, emotional healing modality that I've just become certified in. As an emotional healing coach, there's a lot of different tools in my toolbox. And when I sit in front of my clients or students, I might feel like a different one is going to be more useful for a different type of person or what they're struggling with or what they're looking for. So, this is a new one, and I really want to share about it with you. Um, just so you can be aware, because on this channel, going forward, I will be talking about this. You'll be hearing this just from time to time coming out of my mouth in different ways. And I want you to be fully aware and hear it from me. So, how I discovered transformative art healing was while I was in my whole journey with EFT, emotional freedom techniques. I met a mentor, and in working with her, um, she had been doing EFT and art for some time. And then she kind of received her own download from the universe to put together this particular 12-step process, which was actually originally called symbolic EFT. So I was really interested in that because I loved EFT. EFT strongly resonates and works for me. And I was like, what is this symbolic EFT? Now, saying that, at the same time, like two hands, right? So one hand was interested, like EFT with symbols. What's that? Because I love all things EFT. So I'm open, I'm listening, I'm interested. Second hand was, I don't know, because personally, I'm not very interested in art, personally. Hi, Claudia. Welcome. I hope you brought your coffee. So I'm not personally very interested in art. It's not something that I've done a lot. Hi, Amy. Good morning. Welcome. I'm not an expert in art. I'm not an art therapist. I'm not an artist. I mean, in my life, what I have probably done the most of is doodling and scribbling. So if you can relate to doodling and scribbling, then you and I are on the same page. Hi, Jenny. Welcome. Happy to see you all here. Thanks for joining in. Everyone is an artist, Amy says. Beautiful. So beautiful. And yes, I'm sure, like, at heart, that is very true. But there can be many people who feel like, me and art, I don't know. And we can have a lot of preconceptions with art. So, transformative art healing, in a way, has nothing to do with art. It has something to do with a creative process and expression, but it's being artistically inclined or thinking, okay, as Amy and Claudia are pointing out here, having a belief that, a preconception that I'm not an artist, it's not important at all in this process. So before I kind of talk about the process a little more, let me back up a little. So I heard about it. I had two minds. I'm interested, and I don't know about it. I'm not really that into art, but let me give it a try. I'm really open to healing, things that are for emotional healing, which this process is for. And if it resonates, even beyond my understanding, if I feel some resonance in my heart, I'm like, all right, let's try that. I feel something with that. Let's try. And I experienced kind of a beta session with my mentor, and I had a really, really deep experience. it was very profound. I cleared a huge amount of emotional energy. I was working on something that was stressing me at that time. So I kind of put that issue into the process. I couldn't believe how much was cleansed and cleared. And then, even on top of that, what was really special for me was the final part of this process that connects you spiritually. It takes you to a spiritual place where, for me, on my journey, spirit connecting to myself spiritually, whether that's my own soul, my spirit guides, connection to source, whatever you call it, you feel it, connection to essence or life, the life force that is the thread of this universe, however you experience or know that is beyond this, that which is beyond this physical realm only. I love that place. That's my happy place. That's my safe place. And on my healing journey, I came to connect with that place and find tremendous healing. Mo I mean, I would say like 100% of my healing comes from when I can move through the emotion and just peek onto the other side of the emotion. That's a big thing I'm trying to talk about here in my work, in this channel, in my book, blogging, anywhere. This is part of my story. When you can get onto the other side of that emotion, then you're touching some other realm, right? And there's infinite peace and healing to be accessed there. So I loved this process because it just gently led me right to that space. And so much of emotion is happening because of our entanglement with what's going on in the physical world. Some people can call that like 3D reality. I think of it more as the physical, material world creates all kinds of conflict. Well, it creates division, right? Because in the physical world, we're separate from each other. So the separate, and that's beautiful. I mean, that's what makes the world beautiful, right? So we all can just look around our rooms and see beautiful different pieces of art or lamps or little statue. Everything is separate. It's beautiful. Outside the window, there's the trees, there's flowers, there's people. It's beautiful. But this separation can cause a lot of conflict, which, comes from I see you and I see you and we see differently. And now there's division. And we're doing a lot of that inside of us too. So this is a lot of where the emotional struggle comes from. So emotional healing is helping us move from that struggle where we're entangled and we didn't even realize we're entangled, moving through to get to the other side, which is why Claudia. Oh, Claudia says your book is a piece of art. Thank you, Claudia. I was just going to mention my book, Healing Tree. In the subtitle, I wrote an adoptee's story about hurting, healing, and letting the light shine through. And this phrase, letting the light shine through, is truly one of my most favorite phrases. And I think speaks in totality about the work I'm trying to do as an emotional healing coach. Letting the light shine through, getting through that emotion and tapping into that light that's on the other side, and then letting that light shine back through my heart, my mind, all my perspectives, all my wounds and hurts, and letting that light shine back through into my life, my existence. So when I did this transformative art healing experience for the first time, I felt like the process guided me and to touch that sacred space. And the amount of healing was really enormous. The shift that I felt in that first session was huge. So then I decided to become certified in it. But now at this point, I've experienced it so many times. I feel like there's so much more benefit to it than just that touching of a spiritual realm, which is also very sacred and very beautiful. And what I've come to realize, I think, in all of the last 3, 4 months now, and I think I've done probably close to 40 sessions, maybe more if I include all the ones I've done for myself. It's very beautiful to see because the process combines EFT. So those of you who are with me, you know emotional freedom techniques. So we're tapping and we're moving the energy as we tap. We're clearing the stuck energy. And EFT alone reduces cortisol by 24%. So this particular process has multiple rounds. I think it's altogether 4 different rounds of tapping. Mixed in there is guided meditation, plus you have the opportunity to draw, scribble, create in an artistic way, like putting your issue out onto paper, and there's several processing prompts where you're drawing or scribbling. So this is a big comprehensive combination process combining EFT, guided meditation, and these prompts. And there's also a somatic element, and there's also a spiritual element, as I said. So it's very comprehensive. And what I'm finding again and again and again is the process put together in this way really gets us out of the left brain, because there's not a lot of thinking here. And I guess I should say also right here is a good spot to emphasize. There's also not a lot of talking. And I want to talk about that a little bit more in a moment. There's not a lot of talking in this process. Good morning, Patricia. Welcome. So this process doesn't require talking at all. So your left brain is essentially going into a relaxation state between the tapping, the lowering the cortisol, the releasing the energy, the stress, and the drawing, the stuck energy. You're releasing the stuck energy. You're letting energy move through you. And combining that with the drawing, the left brain is getting relaxed and quiet, and the right brain is more engaged. And through this continuous balancing, I feel like doing this process, like, this is the best way I can describe it, sneaks around the process itself, sneaks around the back door and gets into your subconscious in a way where you didn't even necessarily have to realize what was going on or know what was happening. And it clears, like, whatever topic or issue you're working on, it starts to clear that issue at a subconscious level right away. So now when we do EFT, which I'm not saying one is better than the other here, and so that's also why I wanted to come on and talk about it and make it really clear what this process is and kind of where it fits into healing and where it is living in my own heart. So EFT alone is very powerful. But a lot of times with EFT, we're doing a lot of talking, we're doing a lot of expressing, which is a powerful healing tool. Talking is, so I feel like I'm saying 2 things at the same time, so bear with me. Talking alone is a powerful healing tool because we need to make that stuck emotion flow. So one of the ways we make it flow is through tapping. One of the ways we make it flow is through talking. But there's other ways to make it flow, right? We can make it flow through doing some movement, gentle physical exercise, or even intensive. Some people, like running, dancing, sweating it all out. This is a way to make that emotional energy circulate. Going for a walk in nature is a way to make the emotional energies that could be stuck circulate. Also, people can enjoy journaling and Dun, da, da, drawing. Even just, you don't even know what you're drawing, but just the act of drawing with color, using color and images starts to get something that was stuck flowing. So, if you like EFT and you need to express, like it's something's really stuck and you need to speak it out, EFT is golden for that. Allowing yourself to feel and allowing yourself to express. However, sometimes in our healing journey, we can have some issue, sometimes a trauma or a deep issue that's so deep that it's really hard for us to talk about. We don't want to talk about it. We don't feel safe to talk about it. And and this is the biggest one for me because personally I'm comfortable to talk about whatever. I don't have things that are too hard to talk about, so I need a special form of healing. I like talking. But the fourth point I'm trying to make here is there are things we don't even know how to name them. We don't know quite what that is. We don't quite know what the blockage is, so we don't know what to even say. And sometimes talking, when that's the case, talking can bring us back into our head and get us into a mental spin of just like blah blah blah, same story, this happened, that person, blah blah, and I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but I'm not getting any relief here. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in a loop. Hello from France. So, hello, all of you. Are you following me here? Is any of this resonating for you? Is it making sense? Do you have questions? I'm sharing about transformative art healing today, but I'm also just sort of sharing about the emotional healing, kind of emotional healing itself and the process. So, EFT alone is a really good when you want to move stuck energy and you need to express. And the coach helps you do that. As you all know, I don't have to explain because you have all been here with me and experiencing EFT with me. Good, Claudia. I'm glad it's interesting for you. But because we're working a lot with the like, function of the brain that is talking and we're trying to land on the accurate thing that's really the root issue for you with EFT. So it can take time to peel the layers. It's a lot of peeling layers, peeling layers, peeling layers. I see a comment. Hold on a second. Art, Amanda, art helps me so much. I went to the office for the first time in over 2 months. EFT and ESM are also so helpful. Yes, I'm so glad to hear that, Amanda. So ESM, emotional self-mastery, is another form of emotional healing that I have kind of the original form of emotional healing that I offered for a long, long time, also using tapping and talking and expression. But there's not been art involved in ESM or EFT. So transformative art healing brings in this drawing piece that I myself, as I do it, discovered. So I'm not even like Amanda, who would say, "Oh, art helps me so much." I would have never said that. I would never say when I'm struggling emotionally, I need to draw. That was not my journey. I need to color. That was not my journey. But now, as I practice, what I can see is the way that it engages the left and right side of the brain and like a non-verbal part of the brain. It's, as I said, like slipping into your subconscious without you even realizing it. So it can clear things at the subconscious level that you didn't even know that that was happening. In EFT, you would know because we would be saying it out and we would be addressing it very specifically. But in transformative art healing, you might not even really know what actually happened. At the same time, through the drawing and the process, it's still allowing you to feel. So allowing yourself to feel is the really like the beginning of healing. We can't heal what we don't allow ourselves to feel. So someone might do transformative art healing if they don't even know what it is that they're not allowing themselves to feel. And through the process, they're going to feel many things, but it's not going to pop up into the thinking mind. It stays down lower in a sort of feeling slash, yeah, subconscious, unconscious space, invisible space. But there, it's allowing. Some people even allow themselves to feel more through the drawing. This is what I've discovered. Amy, I am painting as you're talking, just playing with watercolors. Feels good, fun. Yes. So some of you who are here today already feel a benefit through art itself. So when you combine these things, bit like archaeological digging. It's a bit like archaeological digging, except it's not a conscious digging. So certain forms of healing, emotional healing, are a more conscious form of digging, and we're really feeling in and we're getting under and we're getting at it. But if we don't know what it is or we don't know how to speak it out, this is a digging of something that is blocked in the invisible world that we don't even like it's subconscious. It's outside of my awareness. So for me, I've done so much emotional healing work and energy work and spiritual healing work. And I'm really interested in getting at what I have not yet been able to see or explore, because the things I can see, I have lots of tools for that work really well for me. But the things that I can't quite see, why is that so stuck? Or why do I still feel so afraid? Or what am I actually afraid of? What is the block here? That's when I personally love transformative art healing and have experienced actual changes in my reality after doing some sessions where sometimes just life itself starts shifting because that block opened. Other times I've experienced receiving a really deep message during transformative art healing, and the message comes and there's been also a shift in the subconscious. So later in my life, as I'm living life, if I meet that emotion again, that situation that creates triggers that emotion, somehow there's like a new frame of mind in my brain, a new message. There's new information. I talk about information with you a lot. There's new information, and I seem to just have a slightly shifted relationship with it. It's so interesting. I think transformative is the best word in the transformative art healing. It's so transformative. I'm reading here. I did a session with Danielle last week. It was very powerful. Oh, thank you, Amy, for sharing. Yes, I would love if you would share any aspect of it, that any takeaway, because the process itself is not that easy to explain. I'm not going to sit here and be like, step one, you do this, and step two, you do this, because that's that's very, very just kind of intellectual approach to transformative art healing, not so beneficial. So if you have any experiences that you want to share, I would love you to share. I agree with everything she's saying. What came up and out surprised me in a good way. You're right. That was just my first thought. Yes. So I wanted to share this with you so you can understand there's many ways to do emotional healing. And I guess if I want to kind of bring this around to just a healing message here, it's this. And I say this often. This whole journey of emotional healing is a research project. I know if you've listened to me before, you've heard me say this. We're really studying ourselves and we're coming to understand ourselves, and we're learning. It's a learning. So that can take off a lot of the pressure. I say that, I emphasize this because I want to remove the pressure that you might put on yourself that says, I'm not doing it right, and I'm not supposed to feel emotional anymore because I'm tapping, and because Danielle said this, and I should just not judge myself. It's not realistic. Just learn about yourself. Learn about what works for me, what doesn't work for me. Oh, what I really felt that. I really resonated. I really felt a shift. Or I didn't resonate with that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with you. We are all our own, each individual, unique flowers on this planet. We each have our own little recipe that we need for healing. And the biggest thing we need is to be able to know myself and listen to myself. And as a coach, what I'm doing here, everything I'm sharing, teaching, any work you ever do with me, it's all in an attempt to help you get closer to yourself, have a healthier relationship with yourself, so you can get to learn what works for me, what I like, what so then do more of what works. If EFT resonates for you, practice EFT. Practice it every day. Consistency becomes important. If you feel like, oh, what she's saying, I need some help with that, reach out to me. Oh, it's subconscious. I don't know what it is. Or I don't want to talk about it. So that's another beauty of transformative art healing. You don't have to talk about it. You don't even have to tell me if I'm your practitioner, any practitioner. You can tell me or not what you're working on. You can express the issue, or you don't even have to express the issue. And I'm just there to guide you through the process. And the healing is happening whether you tell me or not. So you might feel, yeah, I'm shy, or I don't feel safe to talk about this thing. And I don't know how to process it because I don't want to talk about it with a therapist or a coach. It's, I think, very important for you to know there are techniques out there that can still work for you. You can still do emotional healing. So I'm very glad to have discovered transformative art healing because first of all, I love what it's doing for me. So I'm the type of person that I practice everything that I talk about. I won't talk about it if I don't practice it. I am not the type of person who will go and like study something. Sorry, I don't mean to criticize studying. I don't learn well that way. I have to practice. I can understand, oh, that's how this works. And then I have to practice it and I have to experience it through my whole being. And I have to experience it changing me, helping me heal, helping me shift, grow, become empowered, helping me to let go, all the things that I feel like are the jewels of the healing process. I have to experience that. And then I will share them with you. I will guide you through it because I understand it firsthand. I can be right there with you, knowing what is going on for you. So, transformative art healing has been very profound for me. I am running out of time these days in my schedule, but when I have spare time, I like to practice it. I like to practice it when I have spare time, and I also like to practice it when something's really, really stuck and I don't know what it is and I don't know why, and I don't know what to do. But I just can feel that it's stuck because I'm so sensitive. For me, I'm aware that it's stuck and that feeling is very uncomfortable. Or like I'm still bothered by this and it's not clearing. And that feels very uncomfortable to me. Like I have to do emotional healing because I'm so sensitive that I'll be uncomfortable if I don't work on clearing that stuff. So that's also when I have to carve out time. Be like, I got to do a session for myself right now. And I do sessions for myself. And it's beautiful every time. And small spoiler, there's also in the final meditation is brings in trees. And so later, as I kept practicing, I was like, how perfect is this modality for me? Because it's bringing in the element of healing with trees, and all things healing with trees, as you know, is very, very precious to me. Patricia, I love when you refer to this process as a research project because it is. Research continues and it can change and evolve the more we dig and find things out. That's right. That's right. I like that you said that, Patricia. Research can change, it evolves. It's a moving thing. It's not like, oh, I did it wrong. I'll never get it. I can't heal. I know that we have those slippery slope paths in our mind. But if you think it's research, like, oh, I'm researching what caused me to slide down that slippery slope. There will have been a particular trigger when that person said this or did that. This particular emotion, I can't handle it. Oh, I'm sliding into a negative space. It's research. Now, that's research. It's not bad that I slid down there. I'm not a failure that I slid down there. I just realized, oh, yeah, maybe it was a person. Maybe it was a certain emotion. Maybe I'm just overtired. Maybe I haven't eaten. Maybe I'm not exercising properly. Maybe I've just been in an unhealthy work situation, relationships, something. Oh, I'm at my maximum. Oh, this is great learning. Now I can do something for myself. So thank you for emphasizing that, Patricia. Research means it's changing. It's an ongoing process that evolves and shifts, and we're just learning. And when we learn something, we can apply a different tool. And we learn another thing, we can apply a different tool. So just keep being very sincere with yourself. Practice consistently whatever works for you. Those are the key elements to research. And then if you need help, then you can reach out to a coach or find a tool, that there's always something out there for you. So you don't have to stay stuck in your own suffering longer than is necessary. I mean, sometimes, like personally, at this point in my journey, if I'm suffering about something, sometimes I'm okay with that, because I'm learning, I'm discovering, I'm finding what is it that I couldn't see. I'm feeling in. I get to apply these tools. And so I don't feel like suffering is so bad anymore. I feel like suffering is a great opportunity to awaken something deeper. I'm going to heal something more. I'm going to be able to let go of something that I didn't let go of yet, that maybe I didn't even realize. It's a great opportunity. Can you show some of your art? Oh, yes, except that I don't have it right here in front of me. So I would have to walk away from the camera for a while. Um, So I'm sorry about that. Maybe in a future one I can show. The final part of transformative art healing comes with a picture and a message. So I have a couple of them that I've kept. And well, usually my most recent one, I keep it out in a room that's not this room. That's why I don't have it in front of me. And what you do is you keep tapping while looking at the image. So you're combining tapping and images at the same time. So I hope this has been interesting for you. Okay, yes, Amanda. I will try to remember to bring one in the future. I actually have a plan to talk about this. Uh, um, I'm sure I'll talk about it again often, but I have a particular topic that I want to talk about, which is for speaking to light workers. And I'll talk about that in a future live, maybe even next week. I think transformative art healing, I've met several light workers who have used it and found it like deeply, powerfully clearing for them, meaning they're already doing a lot of healing work and it was able to sneak behind and clear something for them. So we're all, I believe, those of you who are here with me, we're all light workers, and it's really important for us to keep polishing our light and shining our light for this world. So I'm going to be talking about that again, maybe even as soon as next week. So I will try to remember to bring the picture next time, Amanda. Thank you for thank you for asking. Actually, I didn't even think about it as I was preparing for this. So Patricia, I'm not as upset with myself when I get overwhelmed by my feelings and reactions to them. I simply say, it's like what Danielle says, it's research and I can learn something from my feelings. Great. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you for letting me know how you use the tools in real time. So that's what I want. I just want to provide tools for you that you can use in real time. So today I wanted to share what this transformative art healing is. I will be talking about it again, so you'll be familiar. I will try to bring a picture. In the meantime, you can also explore just drawing. If there's ways that where you feel like it's stuck and you want to use colors, I know some of you already do that. You're probably way ahead of me. I never did that. So if that resonates for you, you can try again, like Patricia has said. Research. It's research. So find what helps things move for you and then practice it consistently. Practice, 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 practice. So I know that some of you come here today to tap with me, and I don't always get to tap, and I don't always get to a long tap. I want these to be informational, educational. I want the things that I'm sharing with you to give you new ideas, new hope for yourself. And sometimes we'll tap together, or you can always tap with me in a video. I will be making another video after this. Or if you find other EFT practitioners on YouTube, there's so many of them. If you have others who resonate with you, tap with them. Tap every day, whether it's with me, by yourself, or with a different practitioner. If EFT resonates for you, please tap every day. So thank you for coming and listening. Please feel free to, I say feel free, but actually it's really a favor to me if you subscribe to the channel and help me to continue growing and reaching out to people. I know that this world is filled with people who are suffering mentally and emotionally in many different ways, and I don't want them to suffer alone in darkness, and I'm sure that you don't either. And I'm sure all of you who are here with me know how comforting it is when you know, oh, there's other people who experience what I experience, and there is hope and possibility for me. I don't have to live in this kind of mental darkness. So the more you like, subscribe, comment, this helps the channel grow and reach people, and I appreciate all of you very much. I'll show you some of my heart and healing tree, a new technique I find soothing. Okay, thank you, Amanda. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to watch all of you growing and transforming yourself on this journey. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.